Yeah, obviously very pleased with the overall result and the bonus point. I thought we showed a lot of spirit and endeavour and effort and commitment. There were lots of errors in the game, by both teams, but you sometimes get that in local derbies. There's a lot on those games. But overall, I thought we had a lot of capability on the field. I thought our scrum was particularly solid, although we didn't do as much as I would have liked off it. But yeah, generally very pleased to come away, having played away in a local derby match and got a bonus point win.
George and Reece and John, they like you to start. There's
a
lot being said about the
Yeah, they're all available. We integrated them into the game last weekend. Reece wasn't available to play, and that was advised medically. And as I've said all along, it's about reintegrating these players, understanding that there's a group of players that have been here, working to our systems, who know our systems, and also, sports physiology would suggest that if you overplay players, they lose form and they're more likely to get injured. And with a big run into the season, it's about how you manage your squads, and that's part of the art of coaching, I suppose. And that's my responsibility. And sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't. And you try and use as much scientific information as you have, and we have quite a considerable amount of that. We know the fatigue of our players through some of the tests that we do with them, and as a result of that sometimes impacts our selection decisions.
You're facing a side who haven't won any games. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think that what you've got as well is that they've had a vast majority of their squad away for a lot of the games, and they hardly played any of the first team last weekend. So we're going to come up against a very focused side who are preparing for obviously the quarterfinals, home quarterfinals in the Nigel Cup, which is a great achievement by them. But they've got a lot of quality players who will be desperate to win, and funny enough, that was one of the things that Sean said after the match. He was going to win a game of rugby. So these Scottish guys are very keen to put in a big performance and get a result. And listen, you don't get into the quarterfinals of Europe by not having the ability to win matches, and they've certainly got that. And now they've got a full strength squad back, they'll be very, very dangerous team.
I know in the past you haven't had a great record. You won it there last year. What was the secret there?
I think there's a couple of things to it. The atmosphere can be quite negative in terms of players actually challenging themselves. So we've got to make sure that mentally we're in the right frame of mind. I think it helps that it's the latter part of the season with everything to play for. We've looked at where we are with regards to the same fixtures last season, and we're sort of 3 points ahead of that. And now with 4 games left, with everything to play for. And so it's a huge game for us. We know they'll be full on, looking for a big performance themselves. And we've got to take away the fact that it's being played in an empty stadium and realise how important and big this is to our season. And we'd have certainly settled to be where we are right now at the start of the season. But what we can't afford to do is let the opportunity go away from us. So I think the occasion itself now will help in terms of getting it right.
In the 6, you spoke on Saturday, 6 points separated Munster and second, you've got yourselves in 6.
Well, it's
going down to that last game against the Blues.
I could well do, and we've got Munster home as well, which is going to be a huge fixture for us. And the good thing is a lot of the other teams do play each other, so they're going to drop points. And we've got Munster and the Blues, who again, we can gain points on if we perform. So I do think at this moment in time we're in quite a good position, even though we're not in the playoffs as of yet. But there's nothing in the teams, and I'm sure that if we win all our games, we will get into the playoffs. It's easy to say that, not more difficult to do that. But the reason I say that is because I say a lot of the other teams do play each other, and they will take points of each other.
Peaking at the right time as well, do you think?
I hope so. Yeah. We've had 3 good wins. We haven't been 100% comfortable with our performances, but again, you can't argue too much when you get bonus point wins. So there's a lot of work to do. We're doing some good stuff without the ball, and we need to ally that with being a little bit more clinical with the ball. Although I thought we were okay on Saturday evening, there's a lot more in us, I think, and the fact that we didn't really play off our scrums was disappointing for me, because we had ascendancy in the scrum, and we would expect to. use that ball, but I think we're more used to scrambling the ball away from the scrum than actually using it on the front foot.
You mentioned possibly Davies.
Yeah, I think Davies needs a game. I don't know, it's too early probably for him to be involved with everything. We've got Liam as well, who's played very well with us. And also Rodri, again, you know, who's a young boy, who's coming through the ranks again, offers us an option. But with Davies, he's been up for so long, he needs some game time.
Technical game.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he needs it this weekend. If he's to come into any sort of consideration for the next period of rugby.
What about Stollards?
Yeah, we were hoping he'd be back playing by now, but he had a pin removed, and it showed a little bit of instability when that happened. So it's gone off plan a little bit. So I doubt whether we'll see him before the end of the season.
Yes.
Again, it doesn't look like Liston will play before the end of the season.
You looking to brief game at all now? Is that just didn't come into it at all?
No.
But in terms of that, how important is this game in terms of preparation and carrying on that momentum?
It's very important because momentum is very important in rugby, and confidence and belief is huge. And on the back of the last 3 results in the league, you know, we've got good momentum at the moment. So we want to do that. You know, we've got a lot of boys coming back as well, which theoretically should give us more options and more firepower. And we're excited about this group of players that we've got together now. Yeah, we're not really looking at Brive. Obviously, Brive is over the horizon and something that we're mindful of because it's a great opportunity for us in Europe as well. But more importantly right now is a chance that confronts us in the league, and it would be a big achievement for us to get into the playoffs this year. It's been a big target of ours. We're within touching distance now, and that's pretty much the focus this week.